Hi guys, it's Vanessa from Wander Onwards, and today I'm coming to you from the beautiful country of Egypt. During this trip, we're doing so much more than just Cairo. We're doing Luxor, Aswan, and so much more. So stick around to find out where we end up going. I'd like to give a special shout out to our sponsor, iEgypt, who will be taking us around Egypt during this trip. If you want to find out more about iEgypt, you can check out the description down below. Salam! Welcome to day one here in Giza. We are just outside of Cairo, ready to go see the pyramids. We just checked out of our hotel. I would recommend spending no more than one day in Giza. There's not too much to do or see here other than the pyramids, we've been told. And if you're wondering about what pricing looks like, we had dinner here at the hotel with multiple drinks, shawarma, some teas and coffees, and the total price ended up being $20 US. So we can pay in both Egyptian pound and in US dollars here at the hotel, but it kind of varies hit or miss around the neighborhood. And also, just because it says you can pay with card doesn't always mean that the card machine is working or that their data is being functional. So just keep in mind, always have some cash. So we are here at the Pyramids of Giza. It is our first day here with iEgypt, and we have been picked up by our wonderful guides and driver Islam. So we are going to have a photo shoot today and really enjoy the majestic pyramids. But look how many people there are right now, like lots of locals, lots of foreigners. It just goes to show you that tourism is universal.
This is King Khafre, the builder of the second pyramid, and also the owner of the Sphinx.
Okay, we are on a camel. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a camel person. Mexicans are horse people, so this is not for the faint of heart, but it is an interesting experience nonetheless. Okay, so we have just arrived by camelback to a new location to take some beautiful photos of the pyramids. Mexicans do not ride camels naturally, so it's a bit of a struggle, but we made it, and let's have a little photo shoot. Okay, so we are running away with our cab driver, Islam, and thank God. There is a lot going on here. Hot tip, the guys with the whistle who will seem very official, not official. They are trying to extort you for money. But most importantly, there's also a museum of some sort. We were advised to not visit it during the summertime because it becomes like a sauna. So keep that in mind when you're deciding what you want to do. Thank you, iEgypt, for providing us with the ability to run away from crowds and having private guides, because this makes a huge difference here. The stress can be real when it's really hot and there's a lot of people. So it is day one here in Egypt, and we are actually opposite the Pyramids of Giza, which is incredible. So I didn't know this before I came, but Cairo is actually separate from Giza. Giza is like a offshoot of the main city. So when you're driving from the airport to here, it'll take you around 40 minutes depending on the traffic. There are lots of little hotels that are actually lined up in front of the pyramids, and they all have these fantastic rooftop bars and restaurants, so definitely worth coming here. One thing to note is the Pyramids of Giza are pretty much just that, just some pyramids in the middle of the desert, if you could call this a desert. So manage expectations about what there is to do around the pyramids. At night, on certain days, there's actually a light show with an audio and offered in different languages. So we saw English and Spanish last night. It's definitely worth coming here to check it out. However, one day max, and then you can move on to better things. Don't forget, if you're enjoying content like this, follow me on YouTube and check out my socials like Instagram and TikTok. Good morning. It is 3:30 in the morning. We are getting ready for our balloon ride over Luxor, and we did not plan the transitions great on this trip. That was my fault because I had a limited window. But basically, we landed last night at midnight, got to the hotel, slept for 3 hours, and then now we're on our way to our sunrise balloon, which was really important to me. So I understand that I created my own problems. The hotel is beautiful. It's like on a little island, but since we're basically here just at night, we didn't get to see like the full grandeur. So definitely leave space to experience things a little bit more time than we did. Okay, so it is 4 o'clock in the morning and we are on this tiny boat. We are going to a sunrise balloon experience, but you can only go if you wake up at 3:30 in the morning and take a 4 a.m. cab. So just be mindful of your day when you're planning. On the boat, they're going to be taking us to the other side of the Nile. They're serving tea and coffee, all very doable. We also got a little like breakfast bag, so we're not starving, we're not dying. I'm just so tired. Okay, see you guys on the balloon. Okay, so we are trying to take our hot air balloon ride. We are on a random field right now. So a couple of tips and tricks. First of all, there is a safety landing procedure where you little spoon the smaller person. So I will be the big spoon to my mom. We'll see how that goes. Secondly, we are all waiting for the clear to start taking off. So apparently Every morning there's a all clear given by some sort of agency or bureau, and if we don't get that all clear, we cannot leave. So far, no all clear. Not sure if the ride will be canceled, but inshallah, we will be in the sky shortly. Secondly, this field has like 20 different companies running balloons right now, and on average, we were told that each company has about 2 balloons. In total, there's literally hundreds of people on this field, so definitely a popular tourist attraction, and I'll let you know if we take off. Okay, I am coming live to you from a balloon. We are way above Luxor right now. And actually, this is pretty incredible. It was a sunrise balloon ride. Dang, is this fire hot? But as we like float over the city, there are these young boys that are like running in the field screaming, $1, $1. And they are freaking out when you give them $1, and it just makes their day. It's a small thing to do, but I think it's kind of fun. Gotta respect the whole hustle culture here in Egypt. Even when people are young, they're just trying to make it. So definitely can recommend the sunrise balloon ride. We are in the Valley of the Kings right now in this gorgeous little van. The site is huge and beautiful and amazing, but I would definitely come here as early as possible. There are 64 tombs. Each tomb is as deep as the king was old because they would start construction when he became crowned. Okay, so our guide let us know that the original reason why folks got buried in the King of Tombs is because they wanted a private, secluded area so they could be with their belongings for the afterlife, etc., etc. Here, there was also a natural pyramid, so it made sense to be buried here instead of at something more public like Giza. However, it is said that it was an inside job where the workers that built these tombs actually led the tomb raiders to their destinations, so eventually they were also ransacked. But the architecture and the art that are in these tombs are still really well preserved. You can see the colors, you can see the carvings, they're really, really detailed, and that's pretty amazing. One thing I want to call out is if you're in somewhat remote spaces around Cairo, you're not going to feel the safest. Like, I'm not going to BS this channel. I do a lot of traveling by myself. I spend a lot of time in Morocco by myself, so I feel confident when I'm navigating this space, and I feel confident when telling people no or not engaging with them. However, my mom didn't feel so comfortable, and this is relatively a newer experience for her to travel in more forward cultures. So keep your wits about you, understand what your comfort levels are, and if you want to travel with a guide the entire time so you don't really have to think about what's going on, and that is totally a possibility. Fortunately, iEgypt has hooked us up with a private guide for most of our time here in Egypt. Hi guys, it's Vanessa from Wander Onwards, and today I am coming to you from this gorgeous dahabeeyah in the Nile River in Egypt. So I want to talk about all things Nile River cruise, what to expect, how to plan properly, so stick around to find out more. So, a dahabeeyah is a traditional sailboat in Egypt, and there's about 2 levels. The first level is normally housing for crew. The second level is normally housing for the patrons, an open eating space, etc. There are lots of different combinations of what a dahabeeyah looks like, but the most important part is it's a more boutique and individualized experience, which is what I really wanted. You will also see cruise ships. Now, those are a little bit more commercial. They're more friendly for budget or group travelers. Those can hold about 80 to 150 people, depending on how big they are. So you can really tell the difference between this dahabeeyah, which holds like 8 rooms for patrons, I believe, in comparison to a larger cruise ship that is more commercial. The exclusivity of a dahabeeyah is the driver. So a more commercial cruise will cost you anywhere from $300 to $600 USD for 5 days, whereas a dahabeeyah can cost you anywhere from $800 to $3,000, depending on the furnishing, the food, the quality of the service, etc. So this dahabeeyah was actually part of our package with today's sponsor, iEgypt. Thanks so much, guys, for bringing me out here. And I want to guess that it's around the 800 mark for the 4 days that we're on the dahabeeyah. While you're on the dahabeeyah, it's important to remember that nearly everything is included, from your excursions to your food to your drinks that are non-alcoholic and also like non-fizzy apparently. I've paid for a Sprite or a sparkling water, but overall I thought this was a really great price point because everything is included so you don't have to think about anything. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this content, drop a follow while you're here and subscribe to my channel.
Welcome to Edfu. Edfu, that's the name of the town where we are now. The name of the temple we're going to visit now, which is called Horus. Horus is the Vulcan god, the son of Osiris and Isis, Iset.
Hello, it is day, I have no idea when it is. We're at this gorgeous temple. The heat is definitely no joke, so this is just a friendly reminder to bring water everywhere you go. And our dahabeeyah crew actually freezes our water bottles for us, so shout out to them. Hi guys. So this incredible palace you need substantial time for. I would recommend going to it first if you had to choose, because look how gorgeous it is. Like I can't even begin to describe. It does get hot here, so be aware. When you enter the temple, on the right hand side, you're looking for the columns without a roof. That is going to give you the best sunlight for your Instagram game. Don't go to the left, take a right, look for no roof. You're welcome.
Philae Temple. Actually, that's the name of the island. Philae or Philae back days means the border, because when the ancient time they had thought the island, it's the border between Egypt and Africa. So the name of the temple, it's been made for Isis. Isis, she's the goddess of love, wife of Osiris, mother of Horus, the Vulcan god, the protection god.
All right, so this gorgeous temple that we're at, it didn't used to be here. It used to be over there where you see like the black thing peeking out. They actually had to move this gorgeous temple, 40,000 pieces, bit by bit, because they didn't want the water to continue to flood it. It's pretty gorgeous. However, it has sustained some serious damage. A lot of the pictures that we see have like puncture holes in the images, in the faces of the gods. I don't know any information about who would have done that, but it's kind of sad because this is so beautiful. Despite the damage, look how well preserved it is. It is just a monument to behold, and it's really interesting that these pieces of history have been so well preserved. Also, it's really hot. You guys really need to bring a hat when you come. Let's talk about packing for Egypt. So most of the clothes that I brought are either 100% linen or cotton, or a blend of the two. Now this is pretty critical because here in Egypt, it gets hot, like unbearable hot. So while we're over here, it's anywhere between 27 at night at like the really cold parts to 35 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit now? I don't really know what it is in Fahrenheit anymore. I gave that up several years ago. However, I do recognize that it's probably in like the 90s, maybe tipping that 100 space. So if you're bringing synthetic fabrics, you're going to suffer, like a lot. So prioritize linens, cottons. Viscose seems to be doing okay here as well. For my ladies, I would recommend something that does cover the tops of your shoulders, or at least the chest. This top I wear with a little shawl over it, so I won't be walking around like this outside all day. The reason that you might want to consider dressing more modestly is mostly for your comfort, so people aren't looking at you as much, so you don't stand out as much. I will say that I am standing out quite a bit here, even with all my clothes on. I think people are really interested in my face and trying to figure out where I'm from. I like to call it being ambiguously brown. And so many times people are like, Moroccan woman, Egyptian woman, where are you from? I don't mind friendly interactions. I feel like I get this a lot, so I know exactly how to handle myself at this point. But I just want to be upfront and honest for people who might be less familiar with this style of communication and might feel a little certain way about some things.
are we are putting our feet in the Nile.
Okay, we are on a little boat right now, totally private. And we are on our way to this little village where it is covered in rainbows and beautiful street designs. It's going to be amazing. It is a 40-minute boat ride there, so we have our luggages next to us, and I can't wait to show you. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. It is hot as hell over here. But this is the gorgeous, gorgeous temple. So this is the female one, and it is made intentionally much smaller. You really only need 10-15 minutes here. The larger one, where are you? Around this bend is the one that Ramsey built for himself, and that's pretty large. You want to spend around 20 to 30 minutes there, appreciating the hieroglyphics, the architecture, and if you can stand in the right light, you can get a pretty amazing video. Okay, we have just come back from another temple that is truly in the middle of nowhere, and there is so much sun. It's 35°C, which is about 95°F. And we have taken refuge in this beautiful Nubian restaurant. They do cater to foreigners, which is totally fine, but we are enjoying a cold hibiscus and some gorgeous eggplant. The welcoming atmosphere is really, really appreciated here because I am so hot. I just want to curl up in a corner and die. But to have like friendly people helping you the entire time really makes it bearable and endurable. Is endurable a word? My English is not that good. Hello. Okay, we are in Cairo. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous mosque over there. So we're at the Citadel right now, and there is no one here. It is absolutely empty. So it is not cold. It is 35°C once again. But apparently if you come in May, you're just at the end of the high season, and you can get some pretty incredible deals if you're willing to put up with a little bit of heat. It's nothing like what it is in the summertime, which can get to 55, 60 degrees, I hear. So save yourself a couple bucks and come during May. So we are at this gorgeous lookout at the top of the Citadel. It is quite a hazy day here in Cairo, but a few things to remember. One, the Cairo traffic is absolutely unbelievable. It is, I'm from Los Angeles and I'm just like, holy heck, this is a lot. This is a lot. So just give yourself some extra time when you're planning. Secondly, it's so hot. It is so hot. Bring water, take breaks, try to be in the shade as much as possible. But my best tip is try to get a private or small group guides. We are currently working with iEgypt to bring you the best that Egypt has to offer, and having a private guide and being able to leave and go and fit our itinerary based off of our needs has been invaluable. I see lots of these bigger tour groups and they are miserable because the tours are so long, there's no customization, and you have to wait for so many different people. So hot tip for Egypt in particular, try to get a private guide or do a small group. Okay, so we are at this gorgeous mosque in the Citadel, and we kind of messed up. We wore something that shows too much shoulder, so you can actually rent these cover-ups for about 20 Egyptian pound per person. You can also buy a scarf, but I believe the scarf was like 100 Egyptian pounds, so we're going to be more economical and wear this.
Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.